morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What are you having for your breakfast?
I have a cup of tea,
Today?
and I now have about a quarter of a Danish left.
Enjoy the Danish.
Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah, brilliant.
Oh, that's all right then. Yeah.
Yeah. Fab. Good morning to all you Gogglefroggers. Welcome if it's the first time you're watching us, either live or on the replay. I'm Angela, and this is my wonderful, wonderful friend and co-host, which is Robert, who's taken to the bigger part of the I'm just still in here. So shut down because we couldn't get to our knitting groups anymore. And what we thought was, let's just use it online. We've met some beautiful people, and hopefully, if you've got your and if you like Robert, who was furloughed for quite a few weeks and he's now back at work, even though he's back at work, he's trying to jump in when he's got his morning break and join us. So wonderful, wonderful to see you, Robert. Oh.
So I'm with you till about 20 past.
That's fine. So how do you want to play? Because we haven't got 20 minutes of you.
No. Is the noise coming from my end? Hang on one sec. Is that better?
I don't know. Am I?
I think it might have been me. That's fine. Don't worry.
All right. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You just all the background noise. I was hoping to not have it, but never mind.
Oh, sorry about that. But no, it's lovely. Don't worry. It's lovely being with us whenever we can do. So, yeah, everybody had a day off yesterday, I think. So hopefully everyone is nice and relaxed and chilled. And yeah, and Robert has put together some really, really fun music for this morning's Gogglefrogs. So we really, really, really hope you've enjoyed this. If you're watching on replay, we've got a video to help you with your knitting. And this week we're going on to decreases. Last week we were looking at increases. We've done cast-offs, we've done cast-ons, and we will be doing something about cable as well in the next few weeks. So we're just going to be playing these little videos to help us. And I know everybody's found a new little style. And they're starting to use it work, which is brilliant. So, just our little medley at the beginning. Shall we play what you picked for us, Robert?
Okay, so a bit of a blast from the past from everybody, very tongue-in-cheek. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Angela, you're not on mute. Angela, you're not on. I hadn't until yesterday.
That was unbelievable. So wrong. So wrong in so many levels, but so funny as well. Oh dear. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. That was a real blast from the past, truly. Oh, thank you so much. And I never realised that at some point they had horse and cart. Of course they did. So,
I didn't even know there was Ted from Tippington in it.
Is the Danish finished now?
Yeah, and the tea.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I've got my tea. I haven't got any Danish, but I have got tea. And I have got cake for later, actually, so I might have some tea. But I hope everyone really enjoyed that. That was really good. And I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. It's been just glorious sunshine, hasn't it?
It has. It was lovely yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous sunshine. So sorry if my mic isn't good. I will get another mic soon. See if that works. If that makes things any better. All right. So we've got Gogglefrogs to go. Is that really stupid? Is it going really bad?
Yeah. Is it worth you coming out and refreshing?
I will do. Do you want to talk a minute?
Okay. So everyone, I hope you had a lovely day yesterday. I was very, very tired, but managed to spend most of the day in the living room with the lovely patio doors open. And for the first time, we've been in our house 15 years this year, and for the first time, we actually put the areas outside to dry the washing. And it was quite hilarious when it got windy because the areas just went across the garden. So we've now decided to buy an outside line. That's better. I can see you now.
You can see me.
Yeah.
How does it sound?
Better. Much better.
Thank you.
That's all right. It's fine.
We'll get there eventually.
Should we say some good mornings?
Yes, I think so. That'd be lovely.
Okay. I'm going to go bottom to top. So we have Marion. Good morning, Marians.
Good morning, morning, morning.
We have Linda Ellis. Morning, Linda.
Morning.
We have Judy. Morning, Judy.
Good morning.
We have Jackie. Morning, Jackie. I bet you're working in the background.
Morning.
We have Deborah. Morning, Deborah.
Morning.
And we have Brigitte. Morning, Brigitte.
Good morning.
And that's it. That's all we have today. Quite quiet.
Ooh, maybe it's the sun. Do you think it's the sun?
Possibly. And it's the 1st of June, which is a day where all sorts of things happen, isn't it? There's lots that we're allowed to do now and stuff. So maybe that's part of the reason.
I forgot about that. Yeah. It is a little bit different, I suppose. But,
And Trish just joined. Morning, Trisha.
hello, good morning. Good morning.
And she says, morning, punt, first day of the month.
Yes, yes. I said that this morning in bed because Steve Allen on LBC at 5 in the morning, he always says it. So I said it. I was sort of listening and I hadn't said a word yet. And so I said it. I like mouthed it, if you know what I mean, and whispered it so I didn't wake anyone else up. I didn't want to wake Alan up, even though I had Steve Allen in the ear. I was listening to his show, but I think I slept for most of it. But yeah, and I'm just going to put a little picture in the group. A couple of little pictures in the group.
I bet it must be weird having to share a bed again.
Yeah.
After so long.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when I go to bed and I've got my fan, my Dyson fan at my side, and it's on a nice level, so it'll be fine all night. And I wake up in the morning thinking, I am hot, and somebody's turned it off with the remote control. And can I just say, this workman scarf, I thought, rather than following the plan and then having a bit of this left over, I'm going to do what Brigitte does, and I'm going to weigh it. Well, I have weighed this so many times. I need to get it down to 50 grams, and it's still about 60 grams. So I don't know how long this is going to be, but I'm just determined. It doesn't matter how long it is, because you can just rock around the neck several times. But oh my God, is this taking some time? It really is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, okay. So I'm nearly ready for my. This is one I didn't show, but I will show. I'm actually hooked on wood and cast off. So it's a really simple, lovely cast off, and I've been using that on this all the time. And now I've got a certain person outside waving at me through the window. So that was my husband. Oh, thank you. The colours are lovely, aren't they? And I just think that it's going to go with absolutely anything because it's got grey in it, and yeah. And so if I can go back to promo, which I think we will do at some point, I might see if they've still got some of this in that shop. I'm sure they won't have, but you know, when I bought this from the little shop in Chroma, and it was beautiful. And I wish I had my Dyson fan here because I'm in the front porch and it is like an oven. It's like an absolute oven. So it's getting rather warm.
So Georgie has joined us. So morning, Georgie.
Good morning. Good morning.
Anne's joined. Morning, Anne.
Hello, Anne.
And Safi. Morning, Safi.
Oh, Linda says, yeah, the decreases. I haven't even got onto the decreases yet. I'm still increasing. I think I'm up to about, it's supposed to be 56 cross. And I think I'm up to about 65. So this is going to go to about 80, I think, wide. And then I can start the decreasing. Oh, my word. But I will get there eventually. It's the first thing I've ever done with 3mm needles and probably the last. So shall I show you a little pattern? You know I was talking about? Oh, yes. This is Caron Simply Soft. Absolutely love this. It's incredible. The stitch definition is amazing. And whilst, is it, oh, what type is it? It just says medium. It says 5mm needle, but because it's like Americanish, I don't know if it's a worsted or what, because they never really say. They're not the same as ours, are they? So it's a 5mm.
It's an Aran.
Is it an Aran?
It's an Aran.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, so I'm just going to show you the cardigan, and this is because I found a cardigan shaped like this in my mum's wardrobe that she didn't want anymore. So I'm going to make this one, and I'll just show you that. So that's the cardigan I'm going to make out of that, which I think will be lovely. And when you look through, it's a free pattern. And I just think the stitch definition is going to be absolutely amazing. And you have like this cable around the front. So that's what I'm going to be making out of that. So hopefully that will work. And I like
flared
it.
bottom, isn't it?
You are.
It's a flared bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, and I didn't think that'd look nice, but when I tried my mum's on that she's got, it's absolutely fabulous. So I am going to give that a go. Hers is slightly different. Hers has got like a double, like it's got a little bit of a cape effect as well, but it's really, really nice. But that's what I'm going to be doing with that. But I do not need that until winter. And likewise, I've got this one that I did as well. It's on the back of the chair, and I don't need that until winter. And it's actually too big as well. So I need to start knitting things that are much, much smaller sizes now, which is a nice thing, but it's not when you spend years knitting an item of clothing, isn't it? So hey ho, that's where we are. So thank you. Yeah, hopefully that will look lovely. And Sally, I have not forgotten that there is some stuff in the back of my car that I said when I get it spun up, I am going to gift some of it to you. So everything is still in the back of my car, waiting to go on a Swift with a certain other co-presenter. But I know I've got enough for him to actually spin into balls to last us a lifetime. So I think that's going to have to be when all of this lockdown's done, because I'm sure there's going to be at least 20 balls there. So yeah. So we'll see. Oh.
Right, folks, I need to go. I'm really sorry. That 20 minutes just flew by.
Boo-hoo. Lovely of you to join us. Thank you, and we will hopefully see you another day this week.
Well, I'm going to try every day because I'm doing 7 till 4s. So break is at 10 if I'm on a 7. So I'll try every day to come in. But if not, I will see you again soon.
Bye, Robert. Bye. Oh, how lovely was that to see Robert? So hopefully you really, really enjoyed that. And I know that over the next few days, I think a few more people are going to be going back to work as they're unfurloughed. There's a lot of changes happening, but never mind. We still have Gogglefrogs here for you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a decrease while I talk. I can't show you this because I'd need a camera over here and I haven't set that up yet, but I'm really, really loving this Russian cast off bind off. I don't know if anyone else has done that when you knit into your 2 stitches. It's a bit fiddly, but I don't know, I just enjoy doing that. So hopefully you're doing okay. And I don't know if you've bought any new wool. I have a little suspicion that after the weekend, because there was such an amazing day on Saturday, I think quite a lot of people put in a donation for wool. So I think there's plenty coming on its way to all of you guys. And a huge thank you to Robert and to Marion and to Helen for putting that day together on Saturday, which was absolutely brilliant. So thank you ever so much, ladies and gentlemen. Robert's gone now, I should have said that before, but he'll watch the replay. You know, he always watches the replay. So yeah, I think at the weekend it was great. There was a session from Lindy on entrelac. We had, was it 80 yarns around the world from Marion as well, which was brilliant. I can't even remember everything else that we had in the day, and I'm going to let you into a secret now. I knew that there was a replay. Of course, we always have a replay. So I actually sat in the garden for most of the day, listened to it on Saturday, sunbathed, and I was just listening. And every so often I'd pick my phone up and try and watch it. But because the sun was out, I couldn't see everything there. So I think that this is what's so brilliant, the fact that we've got that forever. But I thought, do you know what? If it's raining on Wednesday, I can watch everything again because it's not going to be as good weather. But yeah, I sat in the garden, sunbathed all day. I know you can't tell because I'm such a pale person. But eventually, after about 6 weeks, I do get a little bit of colour. So I'm sitting in the sun every single day trying to get some colour, and I'll carry on doing that today. So hopefully, now there's been a few changes. I think some people are thinking, do you know what, I'm still not going out. And then other people are thinking, yes, I can go out and about and socialise. So I don't know if anyone's got anything that they're doing that's really unusual. But let us know. What we'll do is I will say what's in the chat, just so that people watching on replay know what we've been talking about and chatting about. So I'll go through all the comments. So we've got Marion saying good morning, Brigitte saying good morning, Judy, morning all, Marion about lots of background noise at Robert's end, and saying please don't choke, Robert. She's got a phobia about choking. Jackie says good morning. Marion was saying it's other people laughing and talking plus crockery crashing. So Robert's back in his role, and he was in the canteen this morning. So having his well-earned breakfast. He's been working since 7 this morning, and it's lovely. But then on to the video that we had, which was very tongue-in-cheek, as we said. Brigitte says a real blast from the past. Yes. It's quite strange. I was looking at Benny Hill on Wiki some time ago, and he never married. He always went on public transport. He preferred going on a bus, and he loved going to Paris, I believe, because no one knew him there, so he could just walk around, and he was very, very frugal, and died quite wealthy, and didn't spend very much at all. So quite an unusual character. Linda says she enjoyed that. Yeah, some of our old traditional ones are hilarious, and I did recognise the other chap in the video. He was the manager of the camp in Holiday on the Buses, which is my favourite film of all time. So he actually managed the Pontins camp, so I did recognise him. I haven't seen him in anything else other than Holiday on the Buses for years. Marion said, it's of its time, full of innuendo. Yes, it was. Jackie says she remembers that video. Linda's saying good morning. Trisha's saying morning, pinch punch, first day of the month. Georgie says good morning and said, Angela, your scarf is beautiful, love the colour. Thank you ever so much. Oops, I've just clicked on the wrong bit there. Let's have a look. Anne says, morning, love your scarf. The colour is great too. Thank you ever so much. I bought this in chroma. It's on one of the replays, but yeah, it came with a warning, knitting is addictive. So I love that, and that was written in German and English, and I will always remember this wool, this scarf, as being knitting is addictive, which we all know it is, isn't it? Linda says, told you the decreases took forever. I wish I could get to the decreases. Honestly, Linda, it's going to be some time. Brigitte says, don't forget to allow length for the cast off, Angela. That cardigan is amazing. Oh, yes, thank you ever so much. And I will allow a little bit for decrease. I want to get it to about 52 grams left. And then I've got 50 and a little bit of extra, hopefully. So that should be okay. Sally says, that'll look fabulous, Angela. I just think that colour and that free download will be amazing. And I want something to really set off and see the stitch definition. So I think certainly around the front, it'll look lovely. And Caron is just such a beautiful, beautiful yarn. I love it. Pat says, hi, everyone. Sally says, there's no hurry. That's for the wool. And what happened was I went to, there was all this wool in a charity shop, and I went in, of course, and I bought some, and there was something that Sally wanted as well. So she says, you have it. So I think it's only right that I gift her some of it, because she gave up this beautiful, beautiful yarn. And then Brigitte has said, bye, Robert. Lovely to see John A. Robert. Oh, maybe there's a John as well. Linda says, bye, Robert. Tricia, love to see you, Robert. Take care. Deborah says, bye, Robert. Sally says, yay for Gogglefrogs. And it's a Gogglefrogs. Georgie, yes, I was really naughty and bought a shawl and the giraffe from the spotted sheep. Oh, this is talking about what people have bought at the weekend. Georgie, you weren't naughty. The giraffe needed a new home. So absolutely the right thing. That is gorgeous. So you bought the shawl and the giraffe. Brilliant. Saturday, Brigitte says, Saturday was such a great success in my opinion. Pale is beautiful too, Angela. And I will keep going. And I always say that when I go on holiday, it takes me a long time to go coloured. And I go from milk to eventually I get to shortbread colour. And then I might get to a light biscuit. And then if I continue sitting in it, I do get colour. So hopefully in a couple of months, if we have a bit more sun, I'll get a bit more colour. I do like going brown, but it just takes so blinking long. And then Tricia says, some of the pictures on the news were scary about the number of people out and about. I know. It's really, really strange. But, you know, we can go out. We can enjoy this weather. We can have our distance as well. But, hey, in some of those beaches, it's crazy at the moment. And Brigitte, about the actor, yes, one of those actors in loads of films, but never remember his name. No, neither can I. So maybe I'll have a look at that and try and find out. And Jackie's got to go now. Get on with work. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. And Georgie is going to make a fabulous job of the giraffe. Absolutely. She always makes such a good job of them, doesn't she? So I think we're about ready now for... Over the last few weeks, it's just about sharing some ideas, some of the things that we're doing. And we've done increasing, we've done casting off and casting on, and we're going to do a little bit on decreasing. So what I'm doing today is I'm starting with something that shows you the comparisons, and it's one of our favourites. And then what I will do is I will be sharing some more unique and more unusual ones during the rest of the week as well. So there may be some that we think that's lovely but a bit complicated, but hopefully these are some of the usual ones that we're used to. enjoyed that, you enjoyed the 3 different types of decrease. Those are the most simple ones, and I do have to confess that the second one, I think I twist my stitches a little bit. I don't think I do them like she does, so I'm going to have another practice. I don't know if anybody else does, but yeah, mine's a little bit different, but it depends if you want something more invisible or if you want something to be defined. And I'm sure that I'm going to find lots of other decreases as well, and maybe something from the left hand side of the stitch. So who knows, but hopefully you know them. Oh, now there's an echo. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Just to explain to you, there are no webcams left in Britain, which are the ones that I like. So I bought this thing, which is okay, but it's not great. So I want to try and find somebody who has the stocks of the webcams that I want, and then I'll buy one of those and I'll send this thing back. So hopefully that will solve it. So please bear with us. I'm so sorry. It's just a little bit of a problem. So yeah, the so decreases, do them however you like, but at least we've got a little bit of a a guide there for people who are new. And I suppose what I'm going to do is go into our Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. If you're not part of the Gogglefrogs group yet, go into Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. Just ask to join, and then myself or Robert will bring you in and you can join, and it'll be lovely to have you join us. And what we're going to do is show some of our work yet. So just to go through that, Brigitte says, just goes to show that a decrease can be a lovely decoration. Yes, it can. They can be beautiful. If you look at older style patterns, and I think I saw that on some of the guild stuff when that was shown, it was interesting to see how sometimes they're very pronounced and sometimes they're not. But yeah, I absolutely love looking at different stitches, and everybody has a different go-to. I think for me, I always pass the slip stitch over and then knit 2 together. Those are the easiest things that I tend to do. But it all depends. So let's have a quick look at Gogglefrogs and see what we've got there. So it won't be a second. So let's see what's in Gogglefrogs today. Oh, this isn't knitting, but I went out for a walk yesterday, and not very far from me, there is one of my neighbours has got little wallabies, and the wallabies have had 2 little babies, and this was one that was in my friend's little pouch. So yes, we had some social distancing, but I did get to hold a wallaby yesterday, which was absolutely amazing. And here you can see the cute little poppet as it was. So I've never ever held a wallaby before, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So there we go, a little picture from yesterday. I went for a walk, and that is 2 doors away from me. Unbelievable. So amazing. So this was so after Saturday's session with the guild, which was brilliant to go through Entrelac, which I haven't actually done. Brigitte's posted her work here, which is brilliant. Well done, Brigitte. But she has said that she did it with the help of the pause button. May have worn the pause button out, but my Entrelac piece is done. The technique has intrigued her for decades, and now that she knows its secret, she can honestly say, I'm never going to do anything using it. It looks beautiful. Well done and fabulous, and it just looks lovely. So you've done it, and I think that's the main thing. You give things a go, and then if you think, oh no, I just can't be bothered to ever again, but you know the principles now, And I have to say, when I was looking at, I think it was Marion's blanket that she did in Entrelac, just before we all did the shutdown, I was amazed that I was looking at this thing with these two colours. It was like a red and a cream, I believe. But once she finished it, that I always think Entrelac looks very messy while you're knitting it. But once it's finished, wow, it really is amazing. So well done, Brigitte, and thank you ever so much for doing that session on Saturday. I know so many people who wanted to do Entrelac, and now they've been able to. So well done. Yes. Then Brigitte, let's have a look at these. Talking about socks, and Brigitte says these may qualify for Monday's theme as I knit socks rather neither toe up nor starting with the shaft, but in the middle. Very happy with these summer socks, and guess what cast off she used? Yes, they're very easy, quick and stretchy cast off as featured in Gogglefrogs. So thank you, well done. I know Rod absolutely loves your socks. I've never known anyone knit as many socks as Brigitte. She does a fabulous job, and for so many people, they need a much stretchier cast off at the top. So that's perfect, and certainly if I ever make socks, I will do that. My husband has to buy them with the extra stretchy, so they're actually shaped like that, so they don't cut in. So that's really good. So thank you for sharing those, and you've finished another pair of socks, which is brilliant. So on to the next one. Sorry, I can't see the comments at the moment, so if there's any comments, I'll go back. Oh, Helen can't make it today, but never mind. Hopefully you'll catch the replay. Now, I am absolutely intrigued with this, Louise. Mashup Monday. It's Mashup Monday today. Sorry, I've forgotten. This is a top that she knitted last summer from a King Cole pattern using Rosario's yarn, which Marion Dye talks about on Saturday. It was her last local yarn shop owner at Knit Nottingham that suggested the combination. I absolutely love that pattern, and I do want that pattern because I think that would be beautiful. So I love that, and I don't know if down the front it's actually two pieces knitted together. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's like an increase down the front, but I love that. So yes, I definitely need to have a look at the King Cole patterns and see if that's still available. So Louise, please let us know. She has got a reply there, so I will put in a little note saying just so I can get the pattern, because I know I've got lots of wool that would look lovely in that. There's a little bit from me just saying amazing how we learn from each other. I'd heard Brigitte saying about weighing yarn so many times, and I didn't realise why people weighed yarn. But now I know if you're making socks or if you're doing a scarf, increasing and then starting to decrease. So thank you ever so much. I just put on there, doing the workday shawl, got to the required row to start decreasing, and I did a Brigitte. I weighed it, realised I had an extra 10 grams. So I thought I'd best carry on and use it all up. So I will eventually get there with this scarf. And then next one was just that we've still got 2 members to go to get to 100. We will do soon, so we'll do some work behind the scenes on that. And yeah, Mashup Monday. So anything that you've got that you've changed, I don't think there is a requirement for the workday shawl. And I'm just going to go back into the chat. So there's no requirement for the workday shawl. You can use whatever you want on that. I know we use the required one for this. Oh dear, I'm going to be using the required one for that as well. But just use whatever you want. I'm just trying to think if I've got any projects where I've used something different in here. But no, other than the one that I showed you the other day, which is this one, and that was a shandy one. So I will show you that, but I just love the fact that this changing stitches, and that's a really silky one. It never creases ever, so you can just stuff it in a ball. Not we would do that, but we can just stuff it in a ball. Right, okay. And then Safi says, oh, so sweet. And Marion says, not me. Sorry, I can't remember what it was about you, Marion. So please let me know. But hopefully you're working on something really lovely. I know we always do. I just want to, I get halfway through a project and then I really, really want to get it finished, which I do with this one. And it will be nice when the weather turns, because I think on Wednesday it's not going to be as nice as it was. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be okay and come back towards the end of the week. But I have been sitting in the garden, sunbathing and knitting. So I have done a little bit, but then I've had to fall asleep for a little while. So yeah, hey ho, that's what I've been up to, and I will persevere. And I think tonight I just need to go through and find all of the patterns, all of the decreases for us. And if anybody else has got any hints or tips that you use, please just let us know. Because if it's something that you do, then we need to let everybody else know. And I haven't forgotten, thank you ever so much, Sally. I know that you've sent a video about Kitchener stitch. And I know I said before that it's the only one I thought there was, because it must have been the first thing I ever pulled up on Google when I thought, how on earth do I stick these things together? But I know that Dawn said the other day that she was finishing something. She was going to use the 3-needle bind off or cast off. So, hey, there's lots of things, there's lots of inspiration out there. So do let us know. Yeah. Sally says the red and cream blanket, the red and cream entrelac blanket. Yes, that will be really, really, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Actually, Marion, I think you should put a little picture into Gogglefrogs of that, because it was stunning. It really was. And any of your work, please just fill up Gogglefrogs with lots of examples. And if you followed a pattern, you know, if it's not a free pattern, then just put on where we can get it from. And because I know when we get to meet up again, we do borrow each other's books and patterns, or, you know, I'm happy to buy them anyway. So just let me know and I'll buy some patterns. Actually, what's in here? Oh, Sally. Here is said wool. So just to let you know, this is very fine, but this is a whole great cone of stuff that was, I think it's a beautiful shade. It will be beautiful in the summer. Great to put over like a dark outfit, and that's what we're going to use for replicating this. So this is Juniper Moon, Dappled. Which one is it? It's Dappled, and they are so silky. The drape's fantastic, and this is something probably from the 1960s, and it's got a very unusual. You probably can't see it because the webcam's not good, but that's because I can't get one in the UK at the moment. But it's got a real twist. It's really silky, and this is the one that Robert will be spinning up into balls, so we can actually make those. So I think that cost me, what was it, about, I don't know, £1 or something like that. Here's another one that I got. I just thought that colour was gorgeous. Look at that, so bright. And this is another one that I got. Just look at those colours, and I thought I have got to make them into something. I don't quite know what. I think this is only 2-ply. Is it 1-ply or 2-ply? I don't know. So I won't enjoy knitting with that. That's why I thought if I can get 2 or 3 of these balls, then I can at least knit with 2 of them at a time. And that's in this little bag that Robert got me. Let's see if you can see that. Totally winging it. So he got me that. I think it was part of a birthday present once. So that's a little thing. So those are some things. I think these cost like a couple of quid each. And when the charity shop opens up again, there probably still some in there. Yeah. Sorry if you can't see me. My camera's on. So sorry about that. If you can't see me, it could be broadband. It's showing at my end. So apologies there. Georgie says, can't see me. Deborah says, you can't see me. I hope you can see me again. Sally has got a swift ball winder if it saves Robert a job. So I'm sure that we will at some point all get together and there will be tons of swifts because we've got loads of this stuff around, haven't we? We need to put it into little balls. So thank you, Sally. That's lovely. Georgie says, stunning colours. Do you know what? I just think sometimes you see colours and you think you're not going to get that colour again. I might not like the thickness of the wall, but I'm going to get it because I'm sure there's a little project that I can do. My husband's there again. I don't know what he's saying, so I'll catch up with him in a minute. Deborah says it's okay, so you can see me. And Anne says that you can see me now, but I did go off. So sorry, I live in the middle of nowhere land and we have a really bad. I checked my broadband and it was about 25 download speed, but it's the upload speed. It's about 3 meg overnight, and then it goes down to silly single figures, which is really hard. So I do apologise, but if I do get different broadband, I will let you know and you'll be able to see. So we'll see how that goes. But hey, we've only got a few minutes left, so let us know what you're working on. A couple of things that you can have a look at is, sorry, I'm just trying to think, there is something that Yarnspirations. So if anybody has any Caron in their house that you wanting to use, can't even find where I put my Caron now. Oh, it's here. Yarnspirations are a great website for American style stuff. They have lots and lots and lots of free patterns, and I go on there quite often. So that pattern that I've looked at is on Yarnspirations, so I will use it off there, but it's on Ravelry as well. But what I love about Yarnspirations is how it's set out. Actually, let me just try and show you that now. Let me just share my screen with you. Great little website. Yarnspirations are here. Just try and get on there. So it's hay fever season now, isn't it? So Yarnspirations, hopefully this will. Oh, it is coming up there. So Yarnspirations, really good company. They go through all different brands. So Bernat, which is American, Caron, Sugarbush, I've never heard of them. Red Heart, that we get a lot. Patterns or Patons. Fentex, never heard of that. Susan Bates, never heard of that. Heard of Anchor. And I think we've had Sugar and Cream as well over here, but some of these I have not heard of. So I'll just click on one of those. And they will go through everything, all of the patterns for them as well. So do have a look. Those are the different patterns that you can go through. So there's all the crochet, all the knitting, all the sewing as well. They go through yarn, and this is where they have the fine, super fine, the DK light worsted, bulky, Aran, jumper, all of the ones that we don't term them as. thread. I didn't know. Oh, they do crochet thread, embroidery floss, sewing thread. Oh, this is something for all of you quilters as well. How to. Oh, we'll have a look at those. I'll have a check through this in a little while. And they've got a video library as well. So I will be taking a look at that in a little while. But yeah, what's Aunt Lydia's? Thread. Ooh. Available only in the US and Canada. So a lot of this is only available over there. I use them mainly for patterns, etc. So hopefully Yarnspirations is something that you can have a little look at, because it is a really good website and there's some great free patterns on there. And let's have a look. I think Sugar Bush is Canadian, showed some on Saturday. Right, okay. I probably didn't look at that, but there's lots of things on there. One other thing, I just wanted to let you know as well, Wendy's Wool, is it Wendy's Wool? I think it's just gone into administration. So that's Wendy's Wool. Erica Knight falls under that category. So if you've got anything that's you've got half finished and you're needing to get more yarn to finish off a project, it might be as well to look for some now. As I said, hopefully, if the company goes into administration, a lot of the time they will get somebody to invest and buy them out. But yes, I just wanted to let you know, real shame. But let's hope somebody comes in to buy them and save them. So if you have got any half-finished projects with yarn, now may be a good time to get the right dye lot and get what you need to finish those projects. Okay, so yes, not a nice bit of news there, but I do know that I've got lots of Erica Knight. Absolutely love that wool. And there is something else that I saw in Spotted Sheep at one point. I'd seen a finished cardigan that was beautiful, but I'll have to check which one that was. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a bit strange. I am going to sort things out here and getting a little bit more tidy once I've been down a few more days, and I will see you tomorrow. So we're going to have some more decreases, and then next week we're going to be going on to either I don't know whether we're going to be going on to top-down cardigan hints and tricks, or whether we'll go on to some cabling, but we'll decide. So I hope you've had a wonderful Gogglefrogs. Thank you so much for joining us, and you take care. Be safe and happy knitting or crochet. Toodle pip.